afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, a host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Holotny Farma between Antilles, fighting here for the United States of America for the 5th Infantry Division here, with infantry company immediately chosen here. We got some bullets for echelons. We got for Dodge trucks and Rifleman veterancy versus Whimsy with close air support, mechanized assault, and joint operations. It's been a bit of a while since we've seen that one. It had its brief moment or period of popularity, but then seemed to sort of sunk in. But looks like Whimsy might be up to something here. Of course, we've got two other very popular doctrines at the moment. All infantry there, though. All infantry. We got two grenadiers there on the way for Whimsy for the Reich. Finding here, by the way, for the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. Points here being secured for the glory of the United States of America. Got pioneers creeping about here. Looks like he'll be sort of trying to minimize the movement around here, trying to sort of fortify and hold the north for his own good. Regular southern push there from Antilles. No surprises there. Though it is a bit rare to see someone choose infantry that early on, which certainly means, of course, he's going to be using the Brownings, I imagine. But the question is, of course, will he make use of anything else from the doctrine, which is certainly rarer at the moment. Most people then tend to mostly, if they go for anything, get in down a barrage maybe, or just always the priest. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what path here Antilles will be taking. We've got further pushing up. We got a third gun squad down the way for Whimsy. That could certainly already sort of maybe point towards either this or this. So this, of course, goes pretty much hand in hand with heavy grenadier spam, and this one does also tend to sort of go into it. Both of them tend to not really make a lot of progress, and then usually sort of go through either of those, sort of basically overcome whatever sort of spot you basically manage to back yourself into. They go first engagement, grenadier versus rifleman, shots on several sides. Not long good for grenadier, then quickly getting shot down. Grenadiers flanking in from the north here. Got the fuel there. Fuel up north soon being secured for the Reich as well. Getting back into the building, but then getting to the building here as well, trying to catch riflemen. So points now. Got a third unit here, so now we might see Antilles' forward position here being a bit more compromised, but a bit more trouble here as Whimsy proceeds less whimsically forwards. We got an MG42 then arriving though here for Whimsy, an MG42. So it's not necessarily going to be like this. Of course, he could easily then follow up with more grenadiers. So of course have to see what path Whimsy ends up actually taking. No sign of tech up there. Rather than they're taking minor losses as the grenadiers push forward, remaining in the buildings. Got units sneaking from North here, riflemen. Getting stopped here by the barbed wire for a brief moment before they realise they can actually walk around it. God damn, Sarge, you're a genius. Yeah. We've got Raven there being pushed back. Raven here continuing to be in a bit of pressure. Grenadiers that might flank in from the north then. Catch them further in a bad spot. Troops reinforcing. We've got that MG42. Oh, there we go. For Whimsy. We've got the Raven ring in here. Straight for the cop. One import going to set up. Looks like he'll Mr. Antilles. We can click, damn it. Does not have anything to quick grenade, but he does manage to get past it before it was even set up. Very unfortunate there for Whimsy, maybe a bit too slow. We got grenadiers, they're moving in from south side to deal with that little threat. At the same time, quick shooting here collapses an already, well, collapsed building even further. And there we go, retreats as the grenadiers simply outnumber and overwhelm. No sign of tech up, no further units here for Whimsy, despite having a bit of manpower there. Oh, there we go, tech up. 3 grenadiers, 1 MG42 is certainly rarer to see as of late versus the US. Certainly also the Soviets as well, but particularly the Americans. But it seems for some reason it's become very popular to go for sort of heavy tier 1, despite, you know, the threat on M20 easily making a mockery out of it. Bit of barbed wire going up there. Still no sign of doctrine there from Whimsy. Having secured the north though, the fuel and the munitions there, certainly we've got a large push here sort of circling about. They might sort of try and sneak about here and sort of try and hit behind there, forcing the Germans sort of double back from the front line. That would certainly be a mean move there by Antilles if that was the case. Eastern Riazon sneaking up from the south. Full rifle bar up here for Antilles, and looks like we got something on it. It's a captain for Antilles, a captain. Reasons there need to be careful, and there we go, pushed away here by the two grenadier squads, ever full of vim and vigour. And we got Rifleman stopped by the MD4, which is a nice load up in the building here. It's pinning them down to the ground, ensuring they cannot move any further. Rifleman up here from the south, they're going to the building. Bit on their own though, bit on their own. Of course, the MD1 moves up from here, could probably deal with them. We've got grenadiers moving up. Dangerous hold up. We've got Unlikely Megadeth Company going up here for Whimsy. We've got the captain arriving for Antilles. They're not holding up. They're down to 2 men, though they have done a bit of damage there to the grenadiers. We've got an MD4 moving up. I mean, there's some damage to the rifle. Bit too slow there, I think, getting the MD4 up there. Then again, the building is a bit sort of difficult to combat with due to all the fences and walls and whatnot. Of course, you might see a rifle grenade here blowing up one side there, plus all the Americans in that side, if he so wants. Looks like he's not opting for it. Pack 40 in the way, looks like here he's sort of trying to sort of guard versus a quick vehicle rush, which is certainly one way of doing. Of course, in this case, that's not going to be necessarily that. Not M20 rush, anyway, since we got the captain out. And since until it has been able to hold both fuel points, at this point, you know, it's probably not much of a threat there. Though it can be very quickly happening, in particular if he does rush the captain back, to then speed up the process there with supervision. And now this is rarer, to put it mildly. We're actually seeing a mortar half-track out there from Antilles. Bit rare to see, to be honest. Quite rare, actually. Not necessarily that good. I mean, it has some uses, but the problem is you really need to get to Whimsy 2. I mean, Whimsy 2 does work a bit, but, you know, that's more versus the Overcommander Vestilates trucks. But Whimsy 2 it sort of becomes alright. Problem is, he's a bit removed from that at the moment. Engineers there, or Rearson's getting scorched by the Pioneers, North falling there to the Americans. Could be seeing something here from the Likely Mechanized Company to sort of rush up, maybe a half-track or a scout car to push back the armies, but no, apparently not. Going here for the cut-off point instead. Also looks like he's got access to the rifleman defensive structures, opening up for sandbags, mines, and other bits and pieces.
Our supply line just got cut off.
And looks like here Antilles is seriously beginning to prepare here versus enemy vehicles or army. He's got a captain now, he's getting anti-tank guns. Pretty interesting to see that early into the game. There 7 minutes and anti-tank guns from the Americans. Definitely a bit of a peculiar start there. Part of me would like to see maybe standing against do a light tank or maybe a pack howitzer. That might sort of work better here considering the large infantry amount. Of course, all the support weapons the pack howitzer would do well compared to the anti-tank gun. I mean, sure, if he rushes somehow for armor, but that's pretty rare for the Wehrmacht. And even if there's a Stoogie on the way, I mean, command point wise, you know, that's always a good indication of where you are. Your opponent is also likely somewhere around there, so there's still some time there. But no, we do see joint operations for the first time in quite some time here from Whimsy, calling in his officer. Whimsically arriving in his baggy pants. But they're so comfortable. Stop making fun of it. We've got 2 cloning up here. MD42 firing back, closing in on Veterans 1, which could on with incendiary pushing rounds there to, well, incendiary those Americans. Mortar fire that's going down, actually getting 2 of the MD crewmen there. Officer moving forwards, and there we go, catching Billy with his Luger. It's a bit of a shootout here, of course it could pop. No, it doesn't have the munitions for it, so it's just concentrated fire. We got Whimsy is slowly pushing back here against Antilles' American might. And we got a second anti-tank in. Now here I think Antilles might be going a bit overboard. I mean, that is 540 manpower this quickly makes the match expended on anti-tank guns. I mean, sure, 1 in case it goes for something, but 2, I mean, what's it going to get at this moment? That could require 2 anti-tank guns. Bugger all. So in this regard, I do feel like here, Antilles might be going slightly over the top when he could have benefited from some other things before that again. Light armor, maybe a pack howitzer would have been a better suited choice than 2 anti-tank guns. I mean, later in the game, of course, supplementing the first one with the second one would have been a good idea, but at this point, I really do have to question, considering also the situation of Whimsy, if it's really necessary. We could not benefit more from, say, getting out something to further pressure the infantry. So, there you go. Got the officer joining up with some grenadiers, Pioneers stopped here with riflemen, by the way. Now we're seeing lots of Brownings being handed out there to Antilles troops. increasing their firepower notably. Some actually going joint operations, they're just getting a doctrine with an officer and actually using the officer. My god. Rather than they're being pushed back. Anti-tank is really doing nothing. Which again does beg the question, why did he go for 2 anti-tank guns at that stage? He could also have gone for caches to speed up resource income, maybe speed up some armor. Rather than that, but oh well. More targeting up here to help deal with things. Quick barrage going off. Also, fun fact, the Americans actually mounted howitzers on some of their half-tracks. Can't remember if it was a pack houses or full howitzers, but little fun fact there, little fun fact. In fact, the first sort of American, one of the first tank destroyers, not the first one, but the second one probably, was actually a half-track with an anti-tank gun mounted on its back. In fact, the M1. So, little fun fact there, little fun fact. Galileo still holding on as the mortar continues to fire in support of them. The American mortar not really doing much. So I'm very surprised at that until he's went forward. Captain Rifle moving ahead. Bit of line engagement here. Pioneers going to fire from the rifleman. Running fire there. Threatening to end their lives prematurely. There you go, nice rifle here. Catching rifle, wiping the unit entirely. Quite a devastating blow there to Antilles. Who's now going for the major. Troops there moving ahead slightly ahead. The rifleman in the building. A bit precarious considering the state of the structure. Attack 40 here, not really doing much for Whimsy. Then again, there's not really a lot of targets for. In fact, now Whimsy's taking up here at the 11-12 minute mark. Good, good. We could see some armor then. Eine Panzer. Browns moving ahead there. Oh, coming up in the pack 4. We've got MD42 from the north though. Trying their best to suppress. We've got the officer moving in. Bit of incendiary here, Mark Weigart. We got any mortar. We got Pioneers joining in as well. The rifle, in fact, a bit on the ground there, bunched up. Might actually be an easy tie there for the Flammen rifle. And there we go. Rushed off. Quite the fire show. And there he goes. He's actually using sandbags on his rifleman. Good, good. Not all players actually use that ability. Just go for the branch, but here he's actually further sort of turning this situation on battlefield into his favour. Since there's pretty much very little heavy cover here, so by creating some, he's given himself quite the advantage in that area. So well done there by Antilles. South being pressured up here by the Pioneers. Captain responding, though perhaps a bit awkwardly since he doesn't really have anything seriously in the anti-infantry department. Got some light anti-tank mounts going down there. Right now, Antilles could try and go for a Scotch to pressure the infantry. Of course, go for a Sherman to do the same, though we're trying to get a bit closer to the enemy then. Captain, rather somehow managed to with the Pioneers rather easily. Cutting down half the units in a matter of seconds, though the flamethrower up close. Oh, never mind. Bobby's bazooka took care of that one. Further rashment, further pressure there from all sides. Mortar attack here, getting one more kill. Impressive, I guess. Sherman finally around there for Antilles. Is not going to the Scot. Support McCourt not up yet here for Whimsy. Maybe he's thinking about taking up further. Counter-attack up north. Interesting enough, we see no upgrades for the Grenadiers here for Whimsy. No upgrades whatsoever. Bit of force moving north here, using the sandbags here. Nicely provided by Antilles. Sentry large, and yeah, he's just moved the anti-tank guns up further, but still we've got absolutely nothing from Whimsy to activate the threat. Of course, now at the 6th command point, of course, he might still be worrying, you know, about it. But you know, if you pay attention, he'd seen the officer, you know, no Stubby. Of course, there might soon be some regular armor outs. Of course, he might finally have a use for his 2 anti-tank guns. There goes Sherman out here for Antilles. Rolling out of there, the M4 A3. Point there being secured. Point down here being secured. We got the rifle moving ahead.
Good to go.
Fortunately, not got Sherman there. 50 cap on the way. The Mardeus. Bit of fighting here. Grenadiers pushed away. There goes strike up north here. Grenadiers quickly pushed away. Sadly lacking out attack. We got a flak panzer on the way. No, cancel. Could of go for Stuke, which might work a bit more with his armor. Try to change it up with the Panzer 4. Pie needs a bit of trouble though. Lots of riflemen and a captain. Pretty bad situation there. Forced away, but the riflemen themselves were also pushed off. Doing part for the presence of the Granat in there. From there you go. Grenadiers cut off a Panzer fast, but not before being pushed off themselves here by the Sherman Smite. We got Antilles just continue pressuring Whimsy here in his battle for US domination. So a bit of shooting about there. So it looked like here Whimsy might be going for the Panzer IV there to strike back the armies. And we got right reactions there pushing in. Strangely, the MD4 to take heavy losses, but drawing the fire and perhaps also the attention there of Whimsy, but the German there forces away that group of angry Germans. Looks like, by the way, he's actually added in a second MD4 to further increasing his presence here. Not spamming grenadiers like some players do, but actually just adding in a few more MD4. Oh, good hit there from the mortar half tank, almost getting the entire unit. Panzers quickly add into the mix here for Whimsy though to help deal with Antilles troops and whatnot. Fresh push down south, now north though. Being slowly once more lost to Antilles, keeps pouring in there. Antilles so far sort of aiming more for an amorphous play style, sort of hitting here and there, never really committing in serious force so far in any place, or at least not for long. Flat Panzer IV, they're almost done. More riflemen on the way for Antilles. Anti-tank guns still not really doing much. In fact, we're close here to hitting the 10-minute mark for having 540 manpower, which really didn't do much. Which again really sort of begs the question, why did he go for it so early? Again, I think he could have done something with at least 270 on the manpower for something else a bit more constructive here versus Whimsy. But there you go. The officer forced away. Captain there helping with that. Grenadiers also forced away. Sherman doing a bit of strike there, Mike. Oh, close. Oh dear, oh dear. Sherman knocked out in this case. Antilles went a bit too far. Did not pop a smoke screen and certainly also exposed shit a bit much there. Panzer falling the counter-attack. Rifling deep. Well, shit. And the mortar half-tank certainly also looking to be a bit in trouble. There we go. Anti-tank guns. Now might be their time to shine. Both with armor-piercing rounds, by the way. Panzer IV took the first volley. Can it get away? Can it get away? No. No dice. And there you go. Thanks to both wielding armor-piercing rounds. Whimsy's and Panzer IV there was completely wrecked within moments. So ultimately, you know, well again, you know, I wouldn't say they were completely useless. Again, I think he could have done with waiting a bit before getting in the second one, but oh well. Still, in the end, they did their job. They completely wrecked Whimsy's Panzer in short order. MD4 to the firing, getting suppressed. Got another MD4 to them in a slightly different angle. Those pushing forwards. North here being completely cut off here by the Americans. And looks like Whimsy is going to focus more on the centre-south here for the time being. They'll mostly cut off from most of his map presence. Antilles so far keeping up pressure. Mortar after they're being repaired. Forward post here with the ambulance behind the house. We got concentrated fire going here from the officer. Rather than they're only taking a bit of a beating in the process. Of course, what will Whimsy get next from his support armor corps? Will he try to take up, maybe get something else? Or, but in case he's going to do that, he might want to be setting up a fuel cache. In fact, it is time here for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Antilles in terms of map control here dominating quite solidly. He's getting more armor, he's getting overall more resources than his opponent. He's got plenty of anti-tank, but at the same time there's still some issues. They've got the Grenadiers, they've got the MD4 too, who's actually serving as quite an obstacle there for some of Antilles' advances. The anti-tank and the officer and the mortar overall creating a nice little core, and that's something that Antilles needs to deal with. In that regard, getting out a pack cards or maybe some Scots to help deal with that would be a good move. And if we can get that pack 40 out of the way, that would make him things a lot easier there for his armor to move about. Otherwise, you know, fuel caches, or maybe saving up instead of going for Scots and all that, going for a priest, and that way just basically bombarding Whimsy out of his what essentially amounts to the last line of defense, which overall so far has managed to stand its ground whenever it came to be. For Whimsy, a fuel cache would be a good move, otherwise getting some more armor, Stug or Panzer IV could be an idea. Pack 43 would also be an option. Of course, there's infantry, of course, there's the possibility of heavy artillery being called in, so it's a bit of thing he has to judge, but it could work. Of course, he could also just go for a howitzer of his own and just bombard Antilles in response, and knocking out anti-tank, anti-infantry, howitzer, whatever. I mean, that could also possibly work out a bit. But otherwise, someone maybe a fuel cache would be a good sort of initial move there, and sort of trying to secure the north again with some mines, and then MG42 set up properly. So let's return to the fight here and see how it actually plays out, shall we? White phosphorus here been going down from the mortar half track. The Americans were quite fond of using white phosphorus to deal with vehicles, armor, and well, infantry as well. Since white phosphorus is quite hazardous when people are exposed to it. Rather than pushing in from the north here. There you go, hitting defensive positions. Definitely giving the advantage. There you go, Ruffin. In this case, he does dodge it. Otherwise, that could be pretty fatal there for Antilles rifleman. But there you go, second rough grenade, and almost gets the entire unit. He makes a run for it. Run, Forrest, run. More rifleman holding up the centre there. Southern points in we got Whimsy making good progress there. Not really much response. We've got the Sherman there arriving. Another M4A3. Now, mind you, as the war progressed, it was actually sort of a place as a standard more by the EC8, or at least the guns, with tanks with higher velocity guns. Though, of course, tank division and battalion commanders would usually sort of do their best to actually retain some of the older ones, since they perform much better with the infantry due to high performance, high explosive shells. Since that was one of the problems with the other Sherman with the bigger gun, well, high velocity gun. The problem is, with a high velocity gun, you also get less room for high explosives in the shells, which all means they're less potent versus infantry. That's actually something that bothered American tank crews quite a bit. In particular, since one of the bigger problems with the US armour was actually coordinating with infantry. There was always some problems there, which is in particular not uncommon during the later stages of the war to see, either one moving ahead, then because the other one wasn't there, wasn't quite perfectly, the other quickly beat the retreat, and then the other one follow up rather rapidly. There were some problems there with the coordination between the two. Gun assault going up here, right to the Pack 40 here. Rather than tank from the other side, of course, he gets off something on the Pack 40. He might be able to clear it out, or smoke screen, then charges forward. MD crew there almost knocked out. Then again, right here might be a bit dangerous due to the Telemine there. Fire going in there. We are seeing Whimsy pushing back now. Antilles is getting back to trying to decide this through force of arms. Veterans 1 here, which does open up here for the delayed fuse high explosive barrage. Basically, in the bigger mortar round, usually they had shorter range. The Germans, I believe, by the way, also employed something similar for their mortars. They're probably not with the delayed HE fuse still. They also had bigger bombs that were used in their mortars. And there we go. While the idea was nice, partly was probably expecting those Panzers as well, and ultimately he definitely was not expecting that Telemine. So, nice idea, too bad his opponent had prepared a bit ahead there. And that's why you always get a Minesweeper. Just to check. MP40 eventually 2 assault pushing up there with an MP42 as well from these as a rifleman. Might see a rifleman here to clear them out, or incendiary pitting around if he had the experience. Ostwind Flak Panther now following up here for a Whimsy. Ostwind Flak Panther. Very rare track to see also used versus the Americans. Normally some players just keep spamming Panther Force, but in this case looks like Whimsy's sort of opting for a Flak Panther here to help deal with the enemy infantry maybe. Could work out pretty well, if used properly there by Whimsy. Mortar crew in a bit of trouble, they got the infantry as well. Getting suppressed here by the Brownings. Until it's running a bit of resources. Will he go for the priest? Shall he be delivering a stormy American sermon versus the Krauts? Or will he be going for something else? Panzers, they're stopped. The Brownings are definitely tearing quite a few German infantrymen apart. Still pushing for the north again. Making really good use of the defensive stands here. No rule gaining some advantage here, though, of course, at the same time it does make him easier to get knocked out of the weapon. In this case, being out in the open versus the MD42 now. They simply could not get into defensive stands again. And there you go, looks like a rifle unit. Did they get away? Yes, indeed, they got away there before the Flak Panther turned them into a fine paste. Which seems like, in case with this Flak Panther, some other men were not quite fast enough to do. No, that's not blood, that's jam. Heinz keeps spilling it all over my tank. This idiot. Rather in a bit of trouble though. Flak Panther moving ahead, they're getting some good hits and definitely threatening and forcing until it's here to fall back with infantry. I mean, the flak panzer certainly works out pretty well there versus infantry. If used properly, can definitely do a lot of harm there. We actually got the heavy barrage there off. Not bad, not bad. In fact, almost infantry too. Pretty rare to see it used. I mean, it can work out, but as you know, it's a bit tricky to sort of use. It's more, you know, when your opponent's bunched up. Or versus a defensive position. Also, this ability works really well versus a normal Commander West building. And there we go. There was a Miner actually damaging the engine there. Too bad he's got nothing to follow it up with, and certainly not the anti-tank guns. These need to get out of there in case, you know, someone finds some artillery in that direction. Though so far it seems like Whimsy's not bothering with a howitzer, for example. Officer here forcing evasive Americans. The captain once more pushed off. In fact, the captain's looking pretty dead there. Yeah. This is a proper officer. Look at my pants. Anyways, Sherman striking here. The flak panzer. Flak panzer needs to get out of there, right from there. Under fire though from the flak panzer. 37 the high explosive shells. Mortar rounds going down on them as well. Shots bounced off there. Rapid press, moving up. Panzer grenades with punch strikes. They're firing back at the Sherman. Mortar after doing something, but ultimately not a lot. Antilles there making some progress up north, forcing away the MD-42 crew there. Still, he is losing ground here to Whimsy's continued assault strike. We got that officer almost veteran free, which is actually quite rare to see. Nice to see when it does happen, since the actually veteran free, his ability to concentrate fire becomes better. So yeah, good stuff there for him if he gets there. Still no further sign of doctoral usage by Whimsy's basically only used the officer in a rare move. Until he's pushing onwards. He's got plenty of infantry though, more armor would do him good. Jackson again, he could aim for the priest again, considering all these sort of support weapons here. A priest could prove to be good investment here for Antilles. What with the MD-42s, packs and mortars, and maybe you can catch up some infantry as well, you know. That could result in someone getting utterly annihilated. Obviously pushed away.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. Grenadier squad at full strength.
So there we go, pressing from the north and south. Again, we got a second Sherman on the way there for Antilles. A second Sherman flak panzer moving ahead here.
Securing our territory.
Obviously not the most built flak panzer, and that's certainly something a lot of people would like to talk about. Though there were some that actually built more, and of course they were usually of a earlier model based on the Panzer 38T, by the way, Czechoslovakian tank. That was the flak Panzer 38T. We saw about a bit over 100 models built. The overall for all sides, anti-aircraft tanks were not something seriously built. It was mostly half tanks, were sort of more mobile usage, otherwise they were basically all towed. So, little fun fact, the MD-42 they lost here for Whimsy. Flak Panzer, they almost fixed one, is really good. There you go, anti-tank guns opening up. Flak Panzer rolled away. Rather than pushed away as well. Sherman there taking heavy fire as well. Comes to Panzerschrecks. Latkawi here helping just a bit, and there you go, eventually two Flak Panzer moving in as well here. Threatening to knock it out, need to get that Sherman out of there. Blitzkrieg going in, he's going to get behind and knock out its rear armor. Can he do it? Can he do it? There you go, second Sherman, he gets it, he gets it! Nice shot there through the rear armor by the Flak Panzer, securing a kill there for Deutschland. Of course, now we got a more irate Sherman crew there, causing some problems. Panzer's quickly falling back there. So a small victory there for Deutschland, even as territory is going back for him again, and almost victory to here for the half track. Almost.
What are your orders?
He could now consider getting in some more armor. Panzer 4, maybe some Stug to work there, but the Flak Panzer could work out well. There we go, Panzer Kampfwagen 4 on the way here for Whimsy. Pioneers pushed away from the north. Captain moving in south. Sherman there being repaired. As they're taking losses. Mortar going. Oh! Good lord. Good hit there. Veteran free now for the Gnadenwerfer. And there we go. American mortar half-track now receives veteran T2. Firing the big ones again. Trying to get the enemy mortar. Too bad it landed in the wrong spot. So close. Doing quite a bit of damage to the ship, sadly though. And again, I like the idea, but it's a bit tricky in this regard, rather because A, hitting initially, or basically opponents really not paying attention. And problem is, with that kind of volume of shot there, it's going to be a bit difficult. Got another assault going up through here. But now with the Panther at the front line, things are getting a bit more difficult here for Antilles. And there we go, wiping an entire rifle unit. Bit too bunched up due to the craters created there. Which is something you have to be careful around, cratering around points. If you don't pay attention, they will bunch up inside those craters and then can easily allow you a tank, for example, to wipe them out. So something to keep in mind there. There goes, Sherman takes hit. Right now, Panther forming, god damn it. But I'll wait, tag aim here, always a good ability to use. Tag aim, always a good ability to use. Until it's a bit trouble. We got another Sherman on the way. Seems like he's not deviating from the Sherman plan. Almost got that Pack 40. We got Flag Panzer moving in here. Pack 40 ready up. Target weak point would be a good move. And again, the Sherman's already escaping, so might not be worth much at all in the end. So now he's actually gotten the mortar after they're up to veteran G2.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
A small victory there for Antilles. Then it's here versus Rifleman, Browning versus LMG-42. Robin winning that one. Sherman, Flak Panther winning in there. Almost got it, almost got it. But the Flak Panther escapes again. It's almost victory 2, which would definitely make it that much more painful and experience for Antilles men. Once it arrives, and now it actually has a higher rate of fire, or once it hits it, it will have a higher rate of fire, which allows, of course, more shots. Robin here a bit of trouble with the mortar and an MG42 got the Panther forming units as well to cut off the retreat path. And another MG42. Obviously here, almost veteran to 3. Another mortar barrage here from Antilles. Sherman trying down south, he's got the officer as well. Sherman moving in, striking into the crowds. Almost got them, but not quite. We got the Panther striking in from the north here. Almost, almost. Anti-tank is firing well. There we go, another Panther fall down here. And he's using take aim. Miraculous. He's using a take aim on both anti-tank guns, really creating a serious anti-tank obstacle there now for his opponent. But now we might be seeing something a bit bigger here, and he's going to be lacking obstacles or resource to deal with it. We're seeing a Pack 43 here. It's going to require a northern flankman to deal with or something. It's only going to present itself as a huge threat here. What with its high velocity 88mm gun. This, by the way, being the early model, where they were actually lacking parts they needed sort of for the final model, which was later sort of more of a cruciform mount, a bit like the Flak 88, which allowed it full 360 degrees rotation when it hangs to turn the bloody thing itself. There's Robin a bit on top of the Flak Panther, almost 52. Negative cover as well. Can the Flak Panther do it? There we go. Anti-tank guns firing away, not quite hitting, but there we go. Saving the Rifleman there, not, well, burning up the Sherman. They go down to half health. Still managed to survive what the Panther Force did not. So I suppose that counts for something. Also got 22 there for this anti-tank gun. All things a bit bunched up here. Oh dear. Pack 43 send that mortar half track of fire. And now things are certainly looking a bit more worse for here for Antilles.
We are losing a sector.
How's he going to deal with that? A good flank will of course be a good move. We got the Sherman striking in to the south here, making head on assault. Oh dear, oh dear. Taking several hits there, but managed to get past it. But both taking the path where they can easily get one shot in there from the Pack 43, which is not really what you want to do. Thankfully, there's not seems any Panzers nearby with Panzer X. But there you go, Pack 40 turning about here. Almost got the Pack 43 MG4 cleared out. Rifle and all things else need to be moving up here. Panzer 4 down, Flak Panzer moving to the north. Anti-tank gets moving in. Sherman almost down. Anti-tank needs to set up now. Panzer goes here from the north, and there we go. Sherman on fire, cooked up. And Pack 43 there recruit. And at that point, rather looks now like... Oh, building collapse, killing the unit inside as well. Anti-tank guns wrecked. Things are rapidly falling apart here for Antilles as the German assault continues. Straight through his lines. And there you go, Antilles surrenders. Antilles surrenders. A loss here to the United States of America, victory for the Wehrmacht, and definitely an interesting strategy, not the sort of usual stuff you'll see from the Wehrmacht. We saw officers used, MGs, grenadiers, flak panzers used versus the Americans, which is quite rare indeed, so that was overall pretty nice there as well. Antilles, a bit used the mortar after, not the best. It really needs a buff though, it really needs a buff, no discussion, no argument there. Anti-tank one, once again, it was not bad there, but the problem again was I feel really he went for them too quickly, both of them. He should have waited a bit, gotten something else that way, I think, and later gotten one, and then he'd still have been in a strong position there to easily knock out Whimsy's panzers. And Whimsy certainly could have done a bit there, handling his panzers a bit better, but overall pretty interesting there as well. Overall, I think one of the problems was also part, as things progressed a bit, he lacked something to dig them out. He rather lacked some serious artillery, a pack howitzer or the priest. Had he gone for that, I think he could have sort of knocked out Whimsy. Instead, they were sort of more, ultimately always went back towards him. He could never really breach it and deal with it. In particular, since they really tried to pull off a really large flank from here, or maybe here. So in that regard, Antilles had a few problems there in terms of tactics to sort of overcome Whimsy, and that rather gave Whimsy a tactical edge when it came to the defense. I mean, in particular, once he had it in the Pack 43. At the very least, he should have popped some smoke there, I think. But anyways, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave some ideas around matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay and I'll provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Danger, cheers, and thank you all for watching.